What's up? What's up? What's up? It's time for the real deal on-page SEO. This is a guide to on-page SEO and how to structure. This is one of the most important pieces of videos that you're going to watch in this course. On-page SEO, when it's done correctly, can be all that is required to rank, and I can't stress that enough. You're going to come in, you're going to work with a lot of clients, or if you're going to build your own site, one of the biggest things you can do is make sure that your on-page SEO is tight. If it's tight, you may not have to do off-page SEO. Sometimes it could be that easy. A lot of times it can be that easy, especially when you got an age domain with a client who's been around for a while, who's been complaining about all their other SEO companies haven't been able to do anything, or the web developer who was doing SEO wasn't able to get them any real results. And you come in, you do a couple of changes, next thing you know, their phone's starting to ring a little bit more. Now, remember that on-page SEO is the foundation of ranking a website. So your on-page consists of your URL, the title tag, meta description, your headers, your content, you want to get 1,300 words on the page, outbound authoritative link, images, and video. And I embed videos for the reason that I want to keep people on the page longer. Now, some things to note that SEO has confirmed, and you may know this already as well too, is that it's critical keyword placement you want in the title, the URL, the H1, and the body. The title, this is interesting, keyword in the title 2 times is not over optimization. A lot of SEOs are getting worried about over optimizing on a page by keyword stuffing, but found that having it in the title 2 times is not over optimization. Keyword stuffed titles got better click-through rate. That's a huge thing. You got to think about in the title being stuff with keywords that people who are looking at it, they're clicking on it, they're engaging with it. Remember, that triggers Google's rank brain, in which they're watching how people are taking action with this and seeing what they're doing with the search. So if your click-through is higher than your competitors, that's going to help you move up in position as well too. Now, keywords in the middle and end of a title, we're beating the beginning. And that's something to keep in mind. That's a little bit different than what I've got structured in the next slides, but take that into account. And remember that always be doing some testing as well too to get ahead of your competition. Now your page, place keywords above fold or within first 100 words. Optimize a page for one keyword beats multiple. So let's say that you want to rank for adult braces and Invisalign. So you try and structure it for both. You're going to be better off ranking for adult braces. You're going to be better off ranking just for kids braces than you are for adult and kids and Invisalign. 1,300 words on a page. Aim for about 2.6% mean keyword density. That means when you take all the words on the page, the mean of, let's say, adult braces would be about 2.6 or at 2.6. Now here is URL examples that I wanted to provide. So we have to take into account if you got an exact match domain, a partial match domain, and a branded domain. I've given the examples of when you want if you have an exact match and a partial match. So the homepage ideally would have primary keyword in the brand. So you'd have brand-keyword.com. So example would be drsmithorthodontist.com, joesplumbing.com, joesplumber.com, joesaplumber.com, plumberjoe.com, larrydavidduiattorneys.com, DUI attorneys, Larry David, DUI attorney, Larry David. Dr. Mendez Family Medicine, Dr. Mendez, Family Medicine. Now, you're going to take into account if they have a branded, that's where it's going to come into the additional pages, such as the services pages. Your keyword with primary keyword and root, so let's say that you have the brand keyword, you don't need to be as heavy on the URL structure because search is going to pick it up in the first part of the URL within the root. So you could do orthodontist.com pages Invisalign. So Dr. Smith orthodontist.com /Invisalign. Invisalign orthodontist who puts in Invisalign. joesplumbing.com clogged drains. Now in this one, you could do the switch. You could put clogged drains plumber, but because you got plumbing, you could be okay as well too. Larry David DUI attorneys /first DUI. And remember, separate words with hyphens. SI confirmed that beats when you put them together. So instead of just first DUI, use hyphens to separate those words. And then drmendez.com, physicals, checkups. Do not use stop words in your URL either. So don't put physicals and checkups. Just physicals -check -ups. And you got Dr. Mendez MD, so the MD.com is the doctor portion for physicals and checkups that search can correlate. Now let's take a look at service pages that do not have the primary keyword in the root. First one, let's say it's an orthodontist site, greatsmiles.com, Invisalign. Invisalign in this sense is okay because they know that it's going to be installed by an orthodontist. And being that the target keyword is Invisalign, and if you look at the keyword that we were looking at, people are just searching Invisalign by itself. Now, drainit.com, plumber site, clogged drains plumber. Okay? People are searching for clogged drains plumber. Plumber for clogged drains. Or it would be plumber clogged drains. Either way, you want to look at and do some keyword research to identify kind of the order, and you want to go at the order that you want to target specifically. LarryDavid.com, first DUI attorney. Then we have FamilyHealth.com, MD site, medical. Physicals, checkups, doctor. Physical, checkups, doctor's office could work as well too. Remember, don't use stop words. Now our title tags, the title tag is very important as well too. This is what someone's first experience with the website is when they do a search for their solution that they're looking for. So it comes up in two different places. You're going to have it in the search result. It's going to be that text that you see. And then you're going to have it in the page title in the tab at the top when you go to the website. So we want to change it up. And in the upper right, I've got an example of what it is now, but we're going to change that with what I've got below. So it shows up in search. Now your average character length is around 70. You can be a little less, which is fine. Try and use up those 70 characters. It's also not necessary to have the brand at the end of the title. We're trying to get people to click. So it's not necessary to have the brand at the end of the title. So on the home page, we do orthodontist West Hills, braces, Invisalign, and more. So those are two big primary keywords that we're looking for. We've got orthodontist, braces and Invisalign, and more, CHOP orthodontics. Plumber and rooter services. Now, you got to know what people are searching for when you're doing this. So make sure that you guys are looking at your keyword research. Also look at your competition, see what they're putting up and what's coming up for those searches, and you want to match that. And then DUI attorney and criminal defense lawyer, Los Angeles, Larry David Law. Now, if you look at this, I've actually taken two synonymous keywords, attorney and lawyer, criminal defense lawyer, DUI attorney, subset of each other, and worked them together. Then you have family medicine, doctor's office in Los Angeles, Dr. Mendez, MD. On the home page, and also, what I've done on the service pages, you should do as well on the home pages, as you want to get the click-through rate, right? So if you go back to family medicine and you switch out, you could do family medicine Los Angeles. We take insurance. We take insurance and cash with the asterisk. That asterisk, when you look at it amongst other people's title tags, you're going to see it. It's going to jump out. And our goal is to get ours to jump out, is to get people to click on ours. So I've had a lot of great success with doing that. Then we have our meta description. The average is around 135 to 160. It could be 2 or 3 lines. It's not a direct ranking factor, but here's the thing. If you put what people are looking for and you can draw their eye and get them to click on it with your description, right, that triggers a click-through rate. They go to the site, they engage on the site, they convert. That then is going into RankBrain's bucket. So now, through using RankBrain, increasing your click-through rate, you're getting better ranking position. So even though it's not direct because it's not the actual text within it that it's correlating to a ranking factor, you're still getting more engagement from it. So the examples that I have, Chomp Orthodontics, been serving patients for years and helping them with braces, Invisalign, overbites, and more. So what I'm trying to do there is align what someone's searching for to have the solution they need. And then contact us for a free consultation. Free consultation. Then you look at the next one. What's jumping out here? Free consultation, DUI attorney, free inspection. Call now, phone numbers. Now, I'm torn about having the phone number in there, even though it can be good for people to go to and see it and call for branded search. You're not getting the click associated to the site for when people find you and the solution, because let's say that everyone else comes up and they see free consultation, or we take most types, we see insurance or cash, right? And then they call that number. You're not going to get the click for it, even though you're the one that won. There's no way search would know. They would terminate the search on that page, and how would it know it was you that they had called? So take that into account. Headers. Headers are important. Think of them linking the table of content in a book. So you open up, you've got the title of your book, and then you have your chapters, right? Now, when you go to that chapter, you have the chapter title. That's your H1. You only got one chapter title for each chapter, right? But with it, and think of that as the web page. So each web page is a chapter. On that web page, you have different content. You got subchapters and subchapters of subchapters. So if you were to break out, you'd have chapter 1, let's say it's adult braces. Chapter 2, cost of adult braces, right? And a subchapter of cost could be the different breakouts in a hierarchy for what the different costs could be. And then you could go into another subchapter, because you could have multiple subchapters in a chapter, as it makes it easy to understand whether you're a bot or a user. You can follow that pretty easily because, one, it looks good as far as the structure to where it's written in a way that you can see the different size font. And I'm going to tell you, don't listen to any web developers who state that they are only for adjusting text formatting when it comes to headers. They try to tell me that all the time, and I'm always fighting with them. They're always telling me, oh, you don't need an H1. The H2 works, and it can be a constant battle with them. Remember, they're not SEO experts. We are. You also only want to use one H1 in the header tag, and you want to add the keyword into the H1. It's very important to do that, having your keyword in there. Now, you can put your keyword within other words, right? But you got to have that keyword, like best adult braces in West Hills. Adult braces being the keyword. We can use multiple H2s and H3s, so don't be worried about that. Just structure them like a book to where you have your subchapters and then your subchapter of the subchapter. And also remember, for headers, having an image as an H1 does not work. This was a test that SAI did. I had spoke with another SEO who was telling me that it would work. It doesn't work. Make it text. Then the content on the page. Remember, keyword above fold or within first 100 words. So what that means is if you got it in your H1 tag, you're all right. Now you got the body paragraph that you're leading into. You could throw it in there, and you could throw it into the end of the paragraph. That's fine. Remember, we're going for about 1,300 words, so we're aiming also to get about 2.6% keyword density. We also want to use end topic to try and achieve that 99%. So if you could get these pieces in place, and it's not easy to do, so getting a 2.6% keyword density and achieving a 99% in end topic with 1,300 words, okay, is a challenge. That you get these pieces together, you're going to be dominating. You're going to be ranking off a lot better than without, and you'll notice that when you start analyzing competition, the ones that are in the top position, they usually have one of the two, a 2.6% keyword density. They usually have, or they have an end topic of 99%. You'll start noticing that. Now, if you could put it all together, think how much better off you're going to be. Now, we also want to add an image to the page because we're going to rank our images. That's one of the purposes. We get them on the page. We have the file name, right, related to the content on the page, to the area that it is with on the page. And when you go to the image search, we pop up. Video embed, if possible, because it's not always possible. Sometimes for a lot of local services, you don't want to put a competitor talking about their service on there. So if you're trying to provide orthodontia or plumbing, you don't want to put another plumber on there telling people about their business or how to do something. You want it to be your brand. You want to remember that having a video on there, if people stop to watch it, that increases the time on site, that increases the engagement, and that also helps with rank bring. And one other piece to keep in mind is you want an outbound authoritative link. Google wants to provide the best information possible. Now let's jump into our live site and take a look at how we implement this stuff. Now we're going to update our page title. So remember what we just looked over. Let's go ahead. Now, currently, our tracking is we've got braces, and this is just from a little bit of work done. We've got braces, Invisalign, and orthodontist West Hills, and this is in 39. So we want to get these guys coming up, and we're searching in West Hills. So that's one of the great things about SEMrush, about keyword tracking. It does it from the area. We want to push these up. We want to get these on the radar. So we're looking for orthodontist. So if I was in West Hills and I just typed in orthodontist, now the thing is, I know that it's coming up in orthodontist because I've had clients in the map pack. It's kind of weird with these is that when you're, say you're 10 in the map pack, for some reason at your client's office it'll show, but here it doesn't show because it's not in the organic. It's only looking, I think, at the top 6 for the map pack. Keep that in mind because you could be higher than you think. But going back, so we update, and then in SEMrush, what we're going to do is we're going to make a note that title, updated, homepage, title, and meta. And then that's, I like to do this for reference. We'll take a look at that a little bit later on. Now we're going to go to adult braces. This is the page that I've structured so that way we could take a deeper look based on the factors that we're looking at. So let's look at, and I've got the title, okay, adult braces in West Hills, so adult braces. But the H1 is braces for adults. Let's take a look at our keyword planner. So we drop in braces for adults, adult braces. Is there a difference? Not really. This one is what people are looking at though. And the reason I can tell is that the competition is there where it's not here. Plus, let's try this. Let's try this. Braces for adults, adult braces. So it's interesting that Google's going braces for adults, but it's saying that people are bidding on adult braces. Cost of braces, braces price, adult braces cost. So this is one of those areas where I would even say that we go with braces for adults, even though the keyword planner is telling us adult braces. So this is an example where I would leave those two different. But note my URL, adult braces, my title, adult braces. H1's braces for adults. This is one of those cases where I would probably leave it this way to see, but after time I may update it if we don't get any movement into a higher position and change it to adult braces. Now we're going to take a look at, so we've got our title tag, adult braces in West Hills. We've got our H1. Now we can tell what these are, so we can go H2. Adults also need braces. Okay, subchapter. That makes sense. Inspect element. H2 are the treatment for adults versus kids. How much do braces cost? It's another H2. H2, H2. It's bold. H2. So this is when I'm going to make an H3. And I may make these H5s. Here's my image. Now guess what this file name and all attribute is. Adult braces put on by Chomp Orthodontics in San Fernando Valley. File name, adult braces put on by Chomp Orthodontics in San Fernando Valley. Now, I want to show you guys something. If we search West Hills braces, guess what comes up? It's our Yelp image. Chomp. Yelp, it's our other Yelp image. Chomp. Our Yelp image. So you can see, having these file names really have an impact on the image search. And if the image search knows what it's about. Google knows what it's about. This is why we do that. That's why it's so important. Okay, let's take another look. Now, let's go to our page and we're going to make these edits. For kids, or dynamic treatment for adults versus kids. So this example of our authoritative outbound link. Okay. So braces for adults, right? Not a competitor site, it's Oral-B. So I'm guessing they got a really strong domain authority. They got a strong domain authority. They're taking a while to load, so let's look at our tool. Sometimes Mozbar goes slow. Now nothing wants to work. So we go to Open Site Explorer. Drop it in. Domain authority 69. It's good solid domain authority. And let's take a look at what the topical flow is. I know they've got good citation and trust. Health dentistry. It's good. Now this is for the URL only. So 7 and 16. Not ideal, but watch when we look at the root domain. See, that's a good outbound authoritative link. Solid health dentistry, good trust flow, citation flow. It's Oral-B, so everyone's pretty familiar. Good brand recognition. So that's an awesome authoritative outbound link. Now we're going to look at how much do braces cost. So I had this, I'm going to make this a H3 because these are all kind of sub chapters or sub texts. So I'm going to do H3. Do I need braces? H3. Because this is more just supportive information. Types. H3. Adjusting life with braces. This would be kind of an H5 or H4. Foods to avoid. It's more of tips when you have braces. So H5. So you could also think of it as the importance of what we want people to see based on what the solution is. So adults also need braces. That's a H2, right? Because we're trying to rank for adults and braces. Treatments for adults versus kids. That's a good one. How much do braces cost? Actually, I'm going to make this a H2 again. A lot of people are asking that. So we pair how much does it cost with adult braces as being primary information on the page that will help correlate to what someone searches. Also, when you're doing your H2s and H3s, get braces and the LSIs of braces and what people are searching for in these as well too. Together, they all help with the adult braces. Hopefully that makes sense. Use your keyword workbook, the ones that you've come up with around the page for braces. How are people searching? Get those on this page. Get everything around what they're searching on this page, and leverage those H2s, H3s with those keywords that they're searching for. All right, and then get your density, your keyword density around 2.6. Then also look, we got clear braces or Invisalign. So this is an internal link, right? And we only got one of those. So we've got one authoritative outbound link. We got one internal link. We want to have around one or two. That's kind of what I stick with. And remember, this will help boost up the Invisalign page, right? Because we're linking directly from this page to that page. So the juice that comes in here, it's going to come in, and then that's going to be also passing through to Invisalign. And then on Invisalign, we want to pass back here because those are two primary types of service that we want to be ranking for. So we want the most authority going to those pages. So let's go ahead and save and update. Now, notice I don't have a video on here, but let's see if we can find one. go to YouTube. And we're going to try and find, let's say, putting on braces. Dental lovers.
This tooth is sticking forward and it's a little too short.
So
it's
these
not
guys,
very much orthodontics we're going to do on him, but we're still going to put braces on all of his teeth.
so far I don't really see any branding. What is dental lovers? This isn't bad. I thought it was going to be a dentist who's trying to do this, but I would embed this. So you go to share, you go to embed, show more, uncheck everything else, don't use player controls, just show the video title and player actions. That way they don't get stuck in the video loop. And then we can drop it in text, and we're going to go to, where's a good place? Do I need braces? Types of adult braces. Let's drop it under types of adult braces. And then we can adjust 640 by 360. That's fine. It's fine for now. Update. Now I'd like to push this call to action up. I may switch those, but something to do later on, as our focus is getting the page together for on page. Now, yeah, this is good. Then boom, contact for a free consultation. End of the page, easy. So the next step we want to look at is, now that we've gathered all our content, we put it on the page, or you can actually do this next step first. But I like doing it and putting it on the page so I can have, when I go to pull, when I go to grab the content and it's on the page, and I use SEO Quake. So what you do is, and the reason I got it in a different browser is just because I need to be in incognito, so that way, or I need to be logged out of WordPress. So keep that in mind. So when you do this, don't be logged in anywhere, because it's going to pull that in to SEO Quake. So what you do is you go here, click density, and then it's going to get this output. So, and what it does, it includes all text on the page, including your navigation. So I take everything into account when I'm grading. And then we're going to look at our density. So braces, a little high, higher than I want it to be. But because it's only one word, this is a target word, but we're targeting adult braces on this page. So we're at 0.96 for adult braces. So I'm going to try and get this to 2.6. Now, while I try and do that, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to copy it, target adult braces, run it. I'm at 96.75%. So I need to add adult in here a bunch more times, in which we'll look at, easy way, adult, braces, adult braces. So go in here, how much do, say, adult braces cost? I would just put adult, and then, I try and get it in here. It says adults, but I want adult. There you go. So we'd want to get it in there about 5 more times. So that way we'd have adult braces. And that could also make the difference in our keyword density. Right? So we get more words in there, and being we're at 968 words, we want to get to 1300. So we do all these pieces together to get an optimal page. And then that's really what's going to help make a difference in search for getting us not only to the top, but all these elements are the foundation of everything you're going to do. Thanks for watching this video. Looking forward to getting the next one out there.